Jeremiah 32 to 33, God told Jeremiah to buy land from a relative, which was his right, to show that although God would judge Israel and take them into captivity into Babylon, he would also bring them back, saying, houses and fields and vineyards will again be bought in this land. Jeremiah spelled out that God had miraculously brought Israel into the land, but they had disobeyed and rebelled against him. Thus, judgment. Listen to what God himself says. Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is anything too difficult for me? God says when he brings them back, I will put the fear of me in their hearts so that they will not turn from me. This is an inside job that God works in believers. Do you have this healthy fear or reverence for God in your heart? This is a good thing. God says, call to me and I will answer you, and I will tell you great and mighty things which you do not know. I often refer to this as God's phone number, Jeremiah 33:3. God is encouraging us to call him today, to call into him today. He will lead us, guide us, and direct us, especially through his word. God promises Israel that in the land there will again be joy and gladness, and people saying, give thanks to the Lord of hosts, for the Lord is good, for his loving kindness is everlasting. I can remember standing in the back of a church years ago, hearing about the promises of God and the goodness of God. I said in my heart, this is not true for me personally right now. You, God, are not my all in all, and I do not trust or believe your promises. But I want it to be that way in my life. Take me there, Lord, and do whatever it takes to get me there. People, I want you to know that God has been faithful. He will bring you there. Call unto him and ask him to get you there. That's what he wants to do in your life. Now listen how he does it. In those days and at that time, I will cause a righteous branch of David, yes, Messiah, Jesus Christ, to spring forth, and he shall execute justice and righteousness on the earth. This is how God does this as an inside job. Receive Christ, fellowship with him on the inside. He is faithful and he will do it. Hebrews chapter 1. Now what a blessing we have before us, the book of Hebrews. God, after he spoke long ago to the Father and the prophets in many portions and in many ways, in these last days has spoken to us in his Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, through whom also he made the world. So this is going to be about our awesome Jesus. Enjoy him here. He, Jesus, is the radiance of his glory, the exact representation of his nature, and upholds all things by the word of his power. When he had made purification of sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high, because it is finished, paid in full. Nothing else needs to be done, including our performance. He did it all. This is the work of God, to believe on the one whom he has sent. Yes, it is that simple. He is much better than the angels. God said to him, you are my son. Today I have begotten you. You will be born as the God-man, as my son. And let all the angels of God worship him, because he's God. God the Father says to God the Son, your throne, O God, is forever and ever. God calls Jesus God. You, Lord, in the beginning laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you remain. Your years will not come to an end. Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. Jesus Christ will reign and rule forever. Is he your king? Is he sitting on the throne of your heart?